Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to A-Train Gaming. What is going on in this game? What? Advanced Warfare servers, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know about you guys, but I kind of do the same thing before bed every single night. What this insists of me doing is usually laying down at like 12 and watching YouTube videos for a couple of hours. Now I watch everyone I'm subscribed to throughout the day as well, but at night I usually just browse and look around. You know how you kind of end up on one video and then all of a sudden you're in a completely different area 2 hours later? It seems to always happen on YouTube. So the question I have, is YouTube the new television? Now that may seem like a crazy concept to a lot of people, but YouTube is definitely on the rise, while television isn't necessarily on the fall, but watching YouTube is a lot more popular than it ever used to be, so television has more competition. For example, in the last couple of years, they decided to add more ads to people's channels, so there's more ways for YouTubers to make money, which means they have more chances and more opportunities to produce better content. Now, when I talk about taking over television, I don't mean completely wiping it off. I just mean becoming as popular, if not more popular than television. And when I talk about television, I don't include Netflix also, because Netflix isn't television, and that's something that's also kind of fading out television a little, so television has two things to compete with, both YouTube and Netflix. Now, there was a good stretch where I like to binge watch a lot of Netflix shows, but honestly now, if I have to choose between binge watching a show on Netflix or watching a YouTube channel for the rest of the night, I usually go the route of YouTube. I've got maybe 8 to 10 channels that I watch every time they put out a video, and those are usually gaming channels. There's a couple other ones like WatchMojo.com that I watch every time, or a guy named Onision. But other than that, I mostly watch gaming channels. That's not even what at nighttime I usually just kind of browse and see what's going on in YouTube, and I'll search one thing, and by the end of the night, before I know it, I'll be in a completely different direction. Now, what television still has going for it is it still has the most popular shows. Like, people always tune into shows like The Walking Dead or like Grey's Anatomy, or shows like the big shows that a lot of people watch, Breaking Bad, and it was on. I think those type of shows are always going to be around, because if a show's good enough, people are going to tune in. But I find that less and less people actually just go to TV to browse to look for something to watch. Instead of doing that, they'll either go to a Netflix or they'll go to YouTube. YouTube's more the place to look around for something new. Television is when you know what you're going to watch at a specific time. And like Walking Dead is 9 o'clock Eastern on Sunday, so I tune in. That's it. I find myself maybe watching television once or twice during the week for like an hour span. I really don't watch television anymore. YouTube is really taking over that spot. And a lot of people have been complaining about, like, this is more like the older generation, how like vlogs are lazy and why would you watch that? And vlogs aren't any different from television, really. What vlogging is you're watching somebody's life through their perspective of what they do every day, which is the same thing as when you follow around a character in a show or movie. Another thing that annoys me is the people who say, oh, why are you watching this video game channel on YouTube? Why don't you buy the game and play it yourself? Why would you watch somebody? That's boring. Well, those people are being hypocrites, because most likely those people have sat down and watched a sporting event on TV before, and it's the same exact thing. Why aren't you out there playing the sport? There's actually an interesting quote I read when I googled if YouTube was ever going to be the new TV, and an anonymous YouTuber's quote was that, yes, we're the new TV because we're nothing like TV. Now obviously this quote has some confusion around it, and I really didn't know what it meant at first, but what it really means is what I got from the definition below and the other answers he had to questions. It meant that they're new and they're fresh, so they're going to get like the young people's attention, and that YouTube is so different because there's more involvement. Like, for example, with the comment and like section, that's something you don't have on television, but you do on other social medias, but you also get the entertainment value of a YouTube, so it's putting the best of both worlds together. There is a lot of shows out there that cover a lot of different types and genres and stuff like that, but the amount of those that are actually good and entertaining aren't that much. With YouTube, there's a much wider selection of people to watch. If you don't like someone, odds are there's 20 to 30 popular other YouTubers who have a similar type of channel. For example, the video game channels on YouTube are one of the most popular things right now. And if you don't like one of them, guess what? There's hundreds more of popular video game YouTubes. Another big change a couple years back was the addition to all these Vivo channels on YouTube, and getting these musicians to bring more people into the YouTube scene. Now, some of these YouTubers don't really like when these musicians are classified as YouTubers, because the fact of the matter is they've never even accessed their own account. They don't know the password of their own account. But as long as they're bringing more people into YouTube and bringing people to other channels of YouTube, like I said before, once someone watches their music for a while, they're going to end up on another part of YouTube. That's just how it works, as weird as it is. Something I think would even put YouTube another step in the right direction would kind of do what Netflix does. Netflix has some Netflix original series, like, for example, Orange is the New Black. I think YouTube original series, given time, would bear very well. And I think if they did that, I think television would take another step back. What the heck are these? One left at the buzzer. Can I win the game? I win. So to answer my question, is YouTube the new TV? At the moment, no. Will it eventually be the new television? I believe in a couple of years it will surpass television.